Right.
Wayland's here to play Foggy Mountain Breakdown in honor of the TVA.
Say again?
You don't Foggy Mountain Breakdown? Isn't that it, Lester Flats?
Yeah, I'll play Foggy Mountain Breakdown.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
All right, who are you?
My name's Wayland Tolman-Anderson.
Oh, I got to hear the banjo a little bit here.
Are you? Where are you from?
I'm from Nelson, New Hampshire.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You're gonna want to. Yeah, there's headphones there, and you can. The mic's drooping a little bit, but
Cool, I'm going to tune up real quick.
yeah.
We were supposed to have music today. Oh, I don't have to wear these.
Yeah, just you can adjust that however you need to.
Is Rob coming on today?
Yes.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, you can. Are you singing or are you just playing?
Oh, I'm just going to play.
Oh, okay. You can leave it the way it is. Well, actually, why don't you pull the mic up anyway? Because it'll still pick up the banjo. Because I'm going to want to talk to you afterward too. We can
Alrighty. Cool.
get to know you a little bit.
Like this?
Well, but pull the mic up so you're talking into it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
And what's your name again? Because I didn't quite catch it.
I'm Wayland Tolman-Anderson from Nelson, New Hampshire.
What's the last name?
Tolman-Anderson. It's hyphenated.
Okay, so it's Tolman, Tollman.
One L. Tolman. Anderson.
Okay, very good. All right. Yeah, go ahead and play for us.
I tell you, that's as good as what I heard on Deliverance. Remember the movie Deliverance?
Oh, why, I'm flattered. Thank you.
That's for the
sounds
that's for
a lot
shows
like it.
upstairs.
No one's going to be squiggling.
I try
like,
to just remember that one part.
No one
Oh,
will
that's
be.
good. You're real good.
There won't be any squealing like a pig here today, but
No, sir.
no. But no, that's amazing. I'm always amazed at. I mean, is the banjo a difficult instrument to learn? Like say,
I think it's much easier to learn than the guitar.
I've heard people say that, and it always surprises me.
It has an open tuning, and
okay.
There's only 4 strings that you actually play with your fingers. I found it very easy to pick up and learn.
Okay.
Matt's a bassist.
Yeah. But I've heard people say that it's actually in some ways easier than guitar, and it always surprises me.
The chord shapes are there's much less chord shapes than there are on a guitar.
Okay.
And they're all kind of more interchangeable once you get to learn them.
I'll be doing.
Because when you're playing, it sounds like your fingers are moving so fast. You're picking fingers.
Well, there's 2 types of playing a banjo, right?
Yeah, there is.
And what are they?
There's Scruggs picking or three finger style, which is what I was playing. And then there's a older style called clawhammer.
Okay.
Which is sort of an older traditional like Appalachian style of playing. And there's also instruments that are similar to banjos that exist in Africa.
Okay.
And they sort of play it with a more with a clawhammer style sort of. It sort of has more of a galloping kind of sound.
Yeah.
To
There's
it.
a saying that the origins of jazz are when African slaves with the instrument you're talking about, which would come out of a gourd.
Yeah.
That was adopted by the white Southerners and rednecks, if we want to call them that. And the piano, which was European, was adopted by the African Americans, And that's what that crossover starts what becomes like jazz, The 2 traditions, they're just intermarrying, where whites take a traditional African.
Yeah, it was sort
instrument.
of also the, sometimes Africa is completely given credit for the creation of the banjo, which they certainly deserve a lot of credit, particularly for the innovation of the 5-string banjo, with it having this weird higher string, like halfway up the neck.
Yeah,
that's sort of a uniquely African thing, having different pitched strings in weird places that aren't like in a sequential order.
Yeah.
Which seems kind of weird, but when you figure it out, it's very ingenious. But then there's also like the Irish tenor banjo.
That's right.
Which is it's sort of like the octave of a mandola, and it's the same tuning as a like a mandolin. Essentially, it's played in a similar style.
Okay,
and so that's a very unique style as well.
Oh,
are you part of a band too?
Right now our band is sort of on hiatus. Dr. Dude in the Good Mood, but we're gonna get together. We're getting together for a 2020 winter tour. Down south this winter. We haven't gotten all our places booked yet. We've got a few places booked. Taking off in my RV.
Wow,
And
excellent.
we're playing all over the place. We're going to go to Nashville, Memphis,
Good
New
for
Orleans,
you.
Austin,
wow.
Texas. We're going to have a good old time.
That's fantastic.
Do
Yeah.
some wild boar hunting.
Yeah.
be
No
fun.
kidding.
Oh,
Wow.
boy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a good old time.
There you go.
You better have more than the guitar with you then.
Yeah, indeed.
Banjo.
Yeah. We're Boy Scouts. We're coming prepared.
Yeah. Wow. Do you now? Do you play out? Do you do shows just you and the banjo without the band, or?
Not recently. I haven't really been being booked specifically for a show, but I go to open mics, and there's some open bluegrass jams that I go to. There's a bar in Peterborough, New Hampshire, Harlow's.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm familiar with them.
Yeah, every Thursday night, John, me, and a friend of mine, he puts on like a bluegrass jam, and musicians just show up and play bluegrass songs up on the stage, and you just show up with your instrument and play bluegrass and get a few free drinks.
You're getting some love in the Facebook live chat. Mike Pelopita seems to really enjoy what you're doing.
Oh, lots of people in New Hampshire.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
And I think the Honorable Heidi Hamer is also pleased with hearing you play.
Wow, I'm honored.
You work at the Snooze Center, or are you?
I work for a company that like sort of subs out labor for concerts. We're like professional stagehands.
So you're roadie,
yeah.
in a way.
Yeah,
But a stage.
Well, the roadies are the guys that travel with the band, so we're like a local crew that we're like we're based out of Keene, but we'll work as far as like Providence, Rhode Island, or like someplace in New York, even. But I usually work in Boston or here.
I wondered about the WWE crew shirt, but that explains how you got that. Yeah,
I set up all the shows here at the arena.
Excellent, excellent, very good. Do you have time to play another song, or do you have to go?
Sure, absolutely.
Oh, okay, great, because it's 5:00 now. I don't know what kind of a time restraint you're on.
No, yeah, I'll have to play another song. Sure.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Yeah,
might as well.
All right, great.
Cool. Yeah.
You don't have a card on you or anything, do you?
No, I'm out of cards. I need to print more cards. I'll make sure.
Actually,
make sure I do that.
Well, this
next
is
time we run into each other.
Well, this is a good time to ask you, where do we find you online?
Honestly, I'm not as online savvy as I should be. Right now, I just have my Facebook page, Wayland Tolman-Anderson, and I got some videos up on there. I got some videos on YouTube that aren't. I need to set up my own YouTube channel, but other people have put up YouTube videos. There's one that's called Wayland the Nomadic Banjo Shredder.
Oh yeah,
and that's a pretty good video that kind of captures.
You come in contact with some big shots like James Taylor or Springsteen?
I've never come into in terms of like meeting them, no. But I played one time after the rapper Afro Man played a show in California that I was at, and afterwards I was playing my banjo outside to make some money and busk, and Afro Man came out the front door instead of the back door with his fur coat and a bunch of girls having a good time, and I was playing this cool little rhythmic style that I do, and someone, like a really good rap singer can really make that happen over any kind of music.
Oh yeah.
And so he just comes up to me and starts rhyming and coming up with this cool song, and so that was pretty cool. I don't know. I met Tommy Chong one time.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he's my generation's hero. Him and
I was
Keith.
able to contact Bruce Springsteen, and they were interested in
About the nukes?
doing a fundraiser for me if I wound up in jail. Because I
well, we
was
could
in mass
arrange
federal
that.
court for 6 years, and it looked like I was going to federal prison for not giving up tape recordings of high-level officials in Washington. And they were going, but I do know James Taylor, and well, I'm talking with him about some things.
Oh, very good. Very
Yeah.
good. Yeah, you got the connections. Do you know Brian Mackey in the Facebook live chat is asking? He has a request. You know the song "Button Your Shirt, Big Poppy."
I don't know that one.
All right. Well,
I'll tell you what. I got a good one for you. I'm going to play a
Okay.
little Johnny Cash tune. I'm
Yeah.
sure you guys will like it.
Oh, wonderful. All right.
Let me tune up a little bit. The heat's
Sure,
kind
yeah.
of taking it out of tune.
Oh yeah, take your time. Yeah, it is. It's warm in here.
Where can he find himself, Matt?
What?
Where can he find himself? You know, where was this going to be posted?
Well, we'll talk about that after.
Well, I was told my pack along that long and dusty Winnemucca road. When along came a semi with a mighty high and canvas covered load. Said if you're gonna win a Mucka Mac with me, you can ride. So I just climbed up in the cab and I settled down inside. Then he asked me if I'd seen a road got so much dust and sand. I said I travel every road in this here lane. Yeah, I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Cross them deserts bare, man. Breathe that mountain air, man. Oh, travel, I have my share, man. I said, I've been everywhere. Been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, to Winslow, Sarasota, Wichita, Ottawa, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Mattawa, Lafayette, Bangor, Baltimore, Salvador, Amarillo, Tucapilla, Paradilla, Rampadilla, Ramakill. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Cross them deserts bare, man. Breathe that mountain air, man. Oh, travel, I have my share, man. I said, I've been everywhere. Been to Boston, Charleston, Dayton, Louisiana, Washington, Houston, Kingston, Texarkana, Monterey, Faraday, San Payaso, Lucid, Glen Rock, Black Rock, Little Rock, California, Tennessee to Chicopee, Grand Lake, Spirit Lake, Devil Lake, Cradle Lake, Peach Lake. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Cross them deserts, bad man. Breathe that mountain air, man. Oh, travel, I have my share, man. I said, I've been everywhere. Ooh, yeah. Been to Louisville, Nashville, Knoxville, Lumber, Biggest Shepherd, Jacksonville, Waterford, Costa Rica, Chaska, Nebraska, Alaska, Shreveport, Hackensack, Cadillac, Fond Lake, Davenport, Idaho, Jericho, Palm, Panama, Argentina, Pasadena, Catalina, see just what I mean. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Cross them deserts bare, man. Breathe that mountain air, man. Oh, travel, I have my share, man. I say, I've been everywhere. Ooh, yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Jesus,
Wow.
that was very good.
That's fantastic. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my
Boy,
God.
did how long did it take you to learn to play like that? Do you think?
That's a weird question because I picked up the band. I picked it up pretty quick. Like I could
you?
play
Yeah.
some cool songs like within like a few months.
No kidding.
I took lessons from my neighbor, John Smith in Nelson. So he taught me a bunch of like older traditional songs. And he sort of taught me like, I don't know, maybe a dozen or more of those. And so I practiced those for a while, and then I stopped taking lessons from him, and I started just sort of going out on my own and playing for people at parties and going to a lot of music festivals and just kind of playing around campfires and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes traveling and like, you know, doing a little street performing, busking for some money somewhere. And then over time, I sort of forgot all those songs that he taught me, and I sort of started developing just this reflexive style of playing where it's like not, I don't know, it's just like playing the blues. Like you just like, there's just elements and ingredients kind of, and then you just play. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just kind of comes out.
You kind of develop your own
So you make
style.
up stuff on your own.
Yeah, it's almost
Once you got the feel of it.
yeah, and it's almost like it's not even like I made it up in my brain. It's like this feeling that's like channeled. I don't know. It's like
It's natural.
yeah, it really is. And the banjo, just the whole setup, I find it very natural. The open tuning and it just really works for me.
Get you away from the world.
Oh yeah. And also get me into the world, get me closer to the world. I've definitely it's been a definitely something that's made me able to go to certain places and just sort of stand out more and opens doors that otherwise wouldn't be opened. Like this one.
Yeah.
Because see, there is a great tradition of country music in New Hampshire, but you just don't associate New Hampshire with country music. But see, the banjo, if I'm down south, my father used to live in Atlanta, and I'm out in California, where we have a great country tradition because so many of the Okies and people from Texas came. It wouldn't be unusual to see somebody with a banjo. But when I saw you, it was like, oh, wow, you know?
Yeah, 5-string banjo definitely isn't that common in New England. It's interesting that in the South, I feel like the music changed more in the South in terms of the way it evolved. If you look at the traditional music up here, like in Nelson, we have this little contra dance every Monday night in the town hall. It's been happening for like 250 years at least.
What is that for people who don't know what that means?
Yeah,
that term.
Contra dancing is like, it's kind of like a square dance, but without the square. It's like Irish fiddle music and Scottish fiddle music, and you get your partner and you swing them around and do-si-do. Yeah, it's a good old barn stomp. It's a good time, and but the music that's sort of the tradition of it in New England and also in Canada, the music is very similar, like almost the same as it was when it came over here.
Yeah.
Right.
As opposed to the way, like in the South, there's still a lot of these beautiful Scots-Irish fiddle tunes and whatnot, but they kind of changed to a different time signature and started playing to a different rhythm, kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like in my family, there's definitely a big tradition of playing like fiddle tunes.
Yeah.
Which I do a little bit on the banjo, but it's difficult to play fiddle tunes on a banjo, and if you like mess it up, then you're like not playing the fiddle tune.
Right.
Whereas like when I'm playing the banjo, like most of the things that I do were something that started out as a mistake, and I figured out some way to disguise it and then change it into something that actually sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's a little trick.
Yeah.
It makes you feel worthwhile, don't they? You're contributing something to this world in a very positive way.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I think. That's the feeling I'm getting from you.
Thank you.
You could invite him to your inauguration if you won.
Yeah. I'm running for president of the United States against Trump.
Good for you.
Yeah. And he's got a big problem coming.
I hope so.
You know my campaign manager?
I believe it.
You know who my campaign manager is?
Who's that?
Jesus Christ. And I tell some of the press there, and they kind of giggle over that. Why do you have them? Why do you have him? Because he listens. And he opens a lot of doors for me, and he has. And I'm very serious about it, believe me.
Part of the binding, man.
Well, you know
He's opened a few for me.
Well, you know the definition of faith, being sure of what you hope for, being certain of what you can't see. And that's it right there. I got to get going.
All right.
So every time I come on the station here, we're going to have entertainment too, right?
Well, perhaps we can arrange that. Yes, perhaps we can arrange that.